Alrighty. Hey guys. All right, so this is to be the CSP, the Computer Science Principles live stream. If you guys want to, I just tried this out, and they just sent us some new information, but if I see a lot of Algebra 2 people in here. A couple things about Algebra 2, and I got some notifications, so I went through and changed. So let me log into the Algebra 2 class. What I've done, I did see a couple things were popping up saying you needed to do the worksheet for completeness and correctness. That was my mistake there. In Algebra 2, those were going to be like if we were still in school, they would have been due. So I just took those off. Those are not published. Those questions, though, are still on here. They just were split up into these quizzes. So if you were working on the 9.1 homework quiz because you thought that was due today, that actually won't be till Thursday. And if you missed the live stream, I am now able to take the Instagram live stream, and I put a link on there on the Canvas, and I posted it on YouTube. So you can go there and watch the entire live stream. So if my internet works. Yeah, internet's been fun here. My wife is conferencing. Actually, she's conferencing, and then she also has to teleconference at the same time because so many people. So we're going to try to make this CSP, but if you guys have questions, let me know. If not, I will just answer the CSP questions first. So for other classes, check out those other live stream YouTube links. I put those on Canvas already from this morning. Let's see. Where is CSP? Here we go. Wait, no, that's the quiz. Okay, in fact, what I'll do right now is, I'm not sure if this is working or not, but CSP, I'll just go through the guidelines of what you need to do. Now we're doing the next one, part 2. Actually, part 2 continued. Okay, and I'm going to open up Ripple at the same time to help you out. Ripple.it. So really, this is just for you, Zach. Everybody else, if you're in here, thanks for stopping by. Oh, and Katie's here too. Yeah. But okay. Oh, I better log in. What's my login? No, that's okay. We'll try Google login. Okay, all right, here we go. So I showed you guys last time I saw you, which hopefully is not the last time. You had to import on Ripple the files here, and hey, Trey. And the first line of code is from ciphers import star, from pair keys import star, and that's in our main PY. We have our ciphers PY and our pair keys PY. And then hopefully we run the file. And now when we run, what this will open up eventually is I'm closing these windows so I don't waste any other streaming. So, a Python 2 bash. And so we can run commands like the cipher actually uses the rotate. Actually, paired keys is the file we want to use. But there's these pre-built in functions here. And I can do like make keys right here. And what I can do is just save the variables as like, I forget which one goes first. I'm going to have to look. And one thing too is always look back at your notes here and it'll tell you. So in the file, we're going to do public key, private key equals make key. And so public key, comma, private key. These could be really anything. These are just, oh, you guys can't see that. And unfortunately, let's see, I'm going to have to just slide. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to, sorry. But this is really the only way I can get this on here. These two things here, private key, public key, can be anything. They're just variable names that we're going to save the value stored to it. And make keys is a function inside of that will save them. Because it's called make keys. Not make key. Okay, make keys. And did I just freeze that? Yay, internet. Okay, so it ran the file. So now if I say like print, actually public key, it tells me what my public key is, and then print private key, it tells me my private key. So what you had to do first, which I will double check, I think Katie and Frank, are you guys still in here? Yeah, you are. I'm going to just look at your guys's because you guys are on here. Tell you what you need to do. So let's go to your guys's group, which I forget what group. Do you guys know what group you guys were in? Joe Mama Crew. You guys no, that's Maddie and Clayton. Let's see. I think 3. Coronas? How topical. Yeah, okay. So Jacob posted his public and private. Really, he only needed to post his public key, but I need to know his private key so I can then check to see if his work is right. And then he posted a message for somebody. All right. Zach, okay, it looks like you posted your public and private, so this one is no longer needed. And then you posted a message, good. And Katie posted her public and private and posted a message. All right, what you guys also need to do is, so Zach, you posted a message for someone. You actually need to post 2 messages. And you'll need to post one for Katie's public key and also one with Jacob's public key. And Jacob would have to do the same, and Katie, you will have to do. So it seems like you guys have one message out there. So let's see. I'm going to pretend to be Zach, and actually, should I pretend to be? I'm pretend to be Jacob, and see if I can read these messages. Obviously, Jacob's not going to read his own message. He might see, okay, is Zach's message for me, or is Katie's message for me? So what I have to do as like a teacher, I'm going to have to use Jacob's private key. You will use your own private key, so you don't have to worry about that. But I'm going to make my private key change because I'm going to be Jacob now. Private underscore key equals, oh, you know what, I'm going to have to go back and forth here. Topic. All right. And private key. I hate how this zooms. All right. It is, his is 2150949. Okay. So everything, remember, is listed in these steps here. So I'm going to go through. Hopefully you have a message for both of them. I'm going to go through and now check to see if any of those messages were for me. So I'm going to take the message that's out there and save it as a variable. So it's called, they say use the example encrypted message equals. I'm just going to use EM for short. But let me find a message. So I'm going to go back down to, so I'm pretending to be Jacob. I think, okay, maybe this message from Zach is for me. So I'm going to copy this all down. Hopefully I can copy this down and paste it. If not, I have to type it all in. I'm going to go back over to Ripple. And I'm going to say EM equals, Control V, please work, please work, please work. Oh, you son of, oh wait, oh, I might be able to right click and paste. Oh, that works, maybe. You might have to change your zoom to be able to fit everything in on one line. It will work anyways. But okay, so I have EM, the encrypted message equals this. I'm going to press enter. And so it's saved. So if I say, okay, what's EM? It tells me. All right, next, what do we need to do? We got the encrypted message now. We have it saved. What I'm going to now do is decrypt it. And to do that, I'm going to make a new variable called decrypted message. I'm just going to save it as DM for short. We're going to use the key function, private key, which for you guys, you don't need to change at all because you're using your private key. And then encrypted message, or EM for me. So the decrypted message, or DM, equals use key, or is it use keys? Probably use keys. Sorry, I got to double check here. Nope, just use key. Use key, private key, comma, EM, encrypted message. And I'm going to say DM, and it tells me, okay, so DM, what we did is we took their message that was sent to us in our public key secretly, and we decrypt it using our private key. And now what we can do is take these numbers and turn them into letters. So then the next step, if we can see here, is we got the decrypted message. We're going to denumerize it. So we're going to make it a plain message equals denumerize the decrypted one. So plain message, or I'm going to put PM equals denumerize. Hopefully I spelled that right. DM. Oops. Please check to see if you're what did I mess up? Oops, could not parse string. Is it not saved as a string? Check your decryption step. Okay, well, this might happen here. This message might have not been for me. So, Zach, can you confirm or not? Was that message there for Jacob? So remember, I'm pretending to be Jacob Reed here, and I saw a message here from Zach, and I was going to check to see if that message was for me. No, it wasn't, you said. Okay, so that message wasn't for me, so I'm going to go back and pretend to be Katie. Okay, so, and actually, Katie, if you're still on here, can you tell me was this for Zach? Your message? Wait, I'm not sure. The one I did was for Jacob. Okay, so I got a message. All right, I'm going to go back and say, okay, that didn't work, so Zach wasn't trying to send me this message. So I'm going to check Katie's message now. So I'm going to start that process all over again. All right, so I'm still Jacob here. I'm going to copy this code, and I'm going to go to Ripple, And I'm going to start this all over again. So I'm going to make encrypted message, EM. Hopefully you guys can see that. You know what? You guys probably can't. I apologize, but I'm do what I can. And EM equals, and then I'm going to right click here and click paste. Don't worry if I press enter here and I click EM, that's everything it needs to be. Ripple just over, this is the way it's formatted. Okay, so I got the encrypted message saved. This is the message from Katie sent to Jacob, but I don't know it yet because I'm Jacob, but we know it. All right, so then the next thing we're going to do is to decrypt it using our private key. So I'm going to say DM equals use key function using my private key and the encrypted message EM. All right, so then if I click DM and press enter, all right, so now we have a message, and now it's from the encrypted secret code to now just code that's in numbers, basic numbers. So now that we have our code that's in basic numbers, we can then take that code and denumerize it. So we're going to say PM, or the plain message, is equal to denumerize the decrypted message, DM. So PM equals denumerize of DM. All right, and I'll press PM. Everything, I press enter, and I didn't get the oops, so that's a good sign. So I press PM, press enter. It said, this class is very hard, Katie. Oh, okay. Well, then we got that set down. Okay. So, the second part of this assignment is to go through and then reply back to that. I'm getting an error stated that the private key is not defined. What you might need to do, Zach, is to go back, and before you do that, let's see, you need to save a variable. Let's see, where's yours? All right, make your variable private key is this. Okay, so make it just say private underscore key equals, and then it's going to be a tuple, so parentheses 1765.3, comma 83. Hopefully you guys can see that. You know what I can do? I can zoom this in a little bit. And then try that. Okay. So, if I'm still pretending to be Jacob here, I got this message from Katie, and I figured out that this says, like, this class is very hard. What I need to do is respond back to Katie. But I want to respond back to Katie using her public key. So we're going to start the process over. I'm getting that use keys was not defined when I tried to do use key private key EM. All right, Katie. Well, let's double check. Is use underscore key, and let's click. Double check your main here. Really, you don't need the first line because we're not using ciphers in this, but do you have from pair keys import star and then you run it? DM equal all that. Do you want to, here, let's do this. Yeah. Katie, can you email me? Can you go up when you share and email me a link to your Ripple page, and I can kind of see what everything is doing, just to make sure that nothing is incorrect. Okay. Now, just for the purpose of this video, because I will post this video on the Canvas page, in case anybody else is having trouble with this, is I'm going to go back, I'm pretending to be Jacob, and I need to reply back to Katie. So I need to make her a message. So I'm going to go back over this whole list here and start it again. So I'm going to make a new message and numerize it to Katie. So I'm going to go over here. I'm going to clear this screen out here. Oh, if I do that, actually, I could run this again. All right. Message equals Thank God for YouTube. I'll just make sure if I click message, it says thank God for YouTube. All right, so then next, we're going to go through our next step. We have our message, and we need to numerize that message. Actually, I messed up, so let me try that again. We need to make message equal to numerize thank God for YouTube. So now if I click message, all right, this does here, there's code that takes every single letter and space and turns into a number code. All right, thanks. I'll check my email after I go over this. Okay, so the next thing I need to do, this is a message that's in basic number code that anybody could just go through and turn it into a letter. To make sure that only Jacob or that only Katie can read this message, I need to save it in her public key. So I need to go through and find Katie's key, and I need to save that. So I'm going to make a variable called Katie's key, and I'm going to type in her number, which I have to go through. Look here, where's Katie? All right, your public key is that one, which I'm going to copy. I'll go to my Ripple page and say, I'll just put KK here for Katie's key equals paste. And so, all right, I got Katie's key saved. Then what we need to do, going back through this here, is we need to decrypt that message. All right, so what we need to do, actually, I have that backwards. Not decrypt, we need to encrypt it. So to encrypt the message, I'm going to make an encrypted message equals use key, Katie's key, and the message. So the encrypted message, EM, equals use key. All right, we're going to use Katie's key and then the message. And if I click EM, now what it did, it took this message here that's in basic numbers that anybody can look at, and then puts it into message that only Katie can read. So I'm going to copy that. And we go back here. I'm going to find, I'm Jacob here. And I'm going to reply back to Katie's message here. And just paste that in. So basically, I'm going to go through here, pretend, when I grade these, I'm going to pretend to be everyone. And then see if you replied to the right message or not. And then, there we go. So that's why you need to send a message. Each one of you need to send a message to Jacob and to the other person. So, all right. So now, Katie, and that's your assignment over the 2 days. Katie, let me check my email, and I'll see if it works. All right. Let's see. Kayla. All right. Ethan. All right. Did you email it to me? Yes. I need to reply back to that, Ethan. Try to log into Canada. I forgot my username. I'm sorry. Alrighty. Do you want to try sending that again to me, Katie? I'm going to reply to these emails. Kayla was just on here. Is she still on here? No. Yes, reply. Sorry for the confusion. I forgot to update Canvas after we switch school from regular school to online. The assignments I had to delete the paper version of the assignment from in today's assignment, which is the 9.1 homework quiz will not be till Thursday now. All right, let's double check my email. Just going to check my emails here, Katie. Oh, there we go. Oh, I see screenshots too. All right, so I'm going to go. This is your Ripple here. We're going to make sure you got a Python 2.7 working right. Looks like everything's good. So you said your problem was, I'm getting that use keys was not defined when I tried to do use key or DM. Okay. So let's, all right, so I need to make sure a couple things here. Actually, I'm going to move this over to the side. I need to set up just a couple variables to make sure it's working on all yours here. Is that keeping with what we did? I'm going to just do private key. Oh, you can't see that. I'm going to copy your private key over here. Copy. Private key equals. I'm going to paste that in. All right. So, and then EM, the encrypted message. Who were you checking, Katie? Were you checking? Wait, no, we'll check Zach's because I think he said that was for Katie. All right, so I'll just say, okay, all this, copy that, and then, ooh, that's mine. I'm going to just close this one out. Go back to Katie's, paste, press enter, just double check an EM. Okay, so I got the private key and EM saved. I had to do that because, okay, so you said the problem was you got an error when you said DM equals use key. And when we have to do use key, I'm just double checking the order here because I might have said something but then typed something different in. The decrypted message equals use key, private key, encrypted message. So private key, comma, encrypted message, EM. Worked for me. So let's see, together we'll work this out. So there's the decrypted message. The next thing we need to do is to denumerize that message. So we'll say like plain message equals denumerize the decrypted message. Worked so far, didn't get an oops. So I can say PM, press enter. Online school is not fun, Zach. All right. So, Katie, what you need to do now is reply back to Zach. So let's look up how to do that. So to reply back to Zach, what we need to do is make a new message for Zach. All right, so we're going to make a message and numerize what it is. Message equals numerize. Don't freak out, dude. Alrighty, we got the message. I'll just double check this here, message. And that's the number version of it. And then we need to encrypt it now with Zach's key. So I'm going to go back to our discussion board post and look up Zach's key. Alrighty, where's Zach's key? It is right here, using his public key, which I'm going to copy. And I'm going to say, okay, Zach's key equals, and I'll paste it in. You said that we had to make an initial message for each person. Yep, yeah, I had to make a match. So, Zach, you had to make one for Katie, and you had to make one for Jacob. So I'm working on Katie's right now. Intimate active gray wear. I don't know. CK. All right, and then what we need to do is to encrypt that. So we're gonna say our encrypted message EM equals use key. We're gonna use Zach's key and the message. So here we go, and this is what I would post in a reply to Zach. Okay, so the goal is just to literally have one back and forth conversation with a person while there are several other conversations going on at the same time. And keep in mind that the fact is, you can see yours and you can talk to the other person who's trying to talk to you, but even though the other stuff is out there, there's no way you can access it. Now, keep in mind, now most people have conversations back and forth, and they're doing this 1,000 times a second. It takes us a while, and we're just going through each step. So I'm going to post this video on YouTube so you guys can watch this again. So we kind of went through together the whole activity. So hopefully that helps. Just to let you guys know, tomorrow we're going to start a research project just about career. So hopefully that's a whole lot easier. You just need to make a PowerPoint. And then the next assignment after that is just a PowerPoint over types of malware. So those are just like viruses and attacks that somebody can make. So hopefully this helps you out, guys. Do you guys have any questions? I'm going to leave this up for another second here. No. I think I'm all right. All right, Zach. I think you guys are going to be good. You guys always seem to be all right here. No problem. You're welcome. Okay, so I'm going to post this on YouTube, and I will let you guys look at that too. And don't worry about due dates, guys. Those due dates are just suggested dates, but I will go back and regrade things if you guys are worried. Always send me an email if you have any questions, but you guys should be good. All right, thanks for joining me.